Are you tired of hearing mental health from a superficial view and want to hear about realistic views? Well, you come to the right place, a space where healing is central, but also normalized. Your hosts, Danica and Myra, who are in the mental health field, will explore topics that help promote healing in your everyday life. Through our podcast, you will get the real and the work to focus on your healing. Welcome to Black Women Healing Podcast. I do, but I love the guests too. But okay, so the random, our short discussion. All right, so what do you think about, and y'all too, but what do you, Myra, think about what do you think about a supervisor that just doesn't understand how to be a leader and balance the power dynamic of being a leader with their employees or with their team?
Do you mean like the supervisor is to relax and think that they're cool with the employees, or what?
Or why do you think that supervisors and people who usually have a little bit or much more power, meaning in their role in a work setting, where do you think this power dynamic comes from?
Ooh, I don't want to like say nothing where somebody might hear this and it's about them. Ooh, giving me chills. I think that oftentimes supervisors that think they have a little bit too much power, have a little bit too much power, comes with time or time in their field. Like for example, I think about, for example, like someone that I've worked with who, let's say, because I've been in the mental health field for, believe it or not, 11 years, right? But that's because I started in the mental health field when I was 14. But this person who I work with, they've been in the mental health field for 9 years, but that's as a therapist. And so a lot of our conversation, because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how much I'm going to charge to work in private practice. I say I want to charge $45 to $75 because I feel like I'm worth $125, but I still want to meet people's budget. So 45 to 75. 45 is the lowest I'll go, 75 is the highest I'll charge. And they're telling me I should charge 25. And I'm like, I'm kind of not understanding, why am I charging so low? And they're like, well, because you haven't been in the field as long as me. And I was kind of like, okay. So then they had me break down what I want things to look like on a document. So, on a document, you could go in. So I put in my document, the reason why I should be charging this amount is because I've been in the field 10 years. And although I haven't heard my feedback yet, I'm sure I'm going to hear some type of feedback from it. But it just, again, makes me think about like the way that this person is supervising, which I feel like is taking it above and beyond, and it does not need to be done, is because they feel like, I've been in the field this long and I should be able to do that. But I feel like a good supervisor is one who hears you. And that means they're going to meet me where I'm at. So they might tell me like, maybe you should be charging this amount, but they're always going to let me do what I feel like is best as long as I'm doing the job.
Bing, bing, bing. Yes. I'm glad you spoke up. I'm glad you did whatever sheet breakdown you did. And like, I know we done talked about it, but supervisors, at least in the therapy field I've talked to, they always ask me how much do I think that I'm worth.
As they're supposed to.
And that, like, so your price might be more than even the person supervising you, but it's up to what you think. But overall in this whole little private practice section or whatever that's been going on, I haven't had too much of a power dynamic there where I feel like they're taking their power. They actually usually just, at least my supervisor, she's kind of like, she's there, we have supervision, but she's like, do your thing. Do your thing.
She should.
Yeah, it's these little programs that I work with that, like, and not even just the programs, because I've had all different types of jobs. I worked at like Sonic. I've worked at, different restaurants. I worked at Walmart. I'm talking about a lot of times those positions too.
Yeah.
So the person who, in my opinion, I think that if you are a supervisor or you become some type of leadership promotion role, I think you have this power dynamic and you don't understand it, it's usually because you haven't been given that power anywhere else in your life. So most likely you lack control in other areas in your life. Mm-hmm. So this position to you is everything. And you're going overboard and you need to stop it.
For real.
It's not productive to you, or it's not productive to those who are working with you. Like, the point of a supervisor is to lead, obviously, but to be a leader, you also have to be a team worker. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to get everyone together, including yourself. So
I made me think about my times at Home Goods now that you said that, because I had so many supervisors where it felt like they were jealous of me because they knew I wasn't going to be there that long. And the way that it was supervised was like, this was their everyday life. And I had to break it down for them. Like, I will get the fuck out of here quick, fast, in a hurry. So don't talk to me like you're crazy. Like, that's what you're not about to do. Because I came to work and, during the holiday season, there's a lot of pressure. And they'd be yelling at the workers. And I had to let them know I'm not the one to yell at. Like, I'm not going to yell back at you, but you won't see me again. I won't return to work. So you need to chill out. I don't need this job. Like everybody hates Chris mom. I don't need this.
My man got 2 jobs.
For real.
Yeah. So I guess, I like the short discussion. How you like that, Myra?
I like that too. I could keep going on and on.
Right. I feel like even from that, we all, like, for me, how I feel is like maneuvering through this whole supervisory roles of people around me who I feel it can be taxing. I try to be as direct as possible, and I try to, lead by example.
Yeah. You have to uphold that in groups too, though. Like when you work in teams. What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I said that's the same thing you have to uphold in teams too.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry for y'all who are dealing with that right now. And if you're the supervisor right now, get it together.
For real. So tell us a little bit how the circle went.
Oh yeah. So Black Women's Healing Circle Louisville edition was December 30th, that Monday. And so I was visiting Louisville, Kentucky. That's where my hometown, that's where I'm from. And, got to host this circle. And so the space was at New Leaf Clinic. Shout out to them because they allowed us to utilize the space. And the women who came, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being vulnerable, and thank y'all for being a part of something that I think that is needed, not just in Louisville, but everywhere. But so I just felt like it was impactful. You had to be there. If you wasn't there, you wish you was there by now. But I think afterwards, the number one thing that they were saying was like, when's the next one? When's the next one? And, it saddened my heart because I'm like, dang, there's not going to be a next one. This is something that's not consistent, or at least it's not going to be held by us. And so that's what I encourage them to do. Although Black Women Healing Podcast is not going to be continuing to host Black Women Healing Circles in Louisville, you all can continue to host some sort of circles for Black women to come together to continue the healing journey. And y'all can also listen every Monday when we release podcasts. So it was a lot of joy to see that this needed. And that's somewhere where I'm from. So it felt even more like, I wish I could do more, but at least it's a start.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. What do you feel like your takeaway was for you personally?
Takeaway for me personally, I would say to continue to be around Black women, to continue to do what we do because it's needed. I think in particular, Black women in general, I think a lot of us lack self-confidence and self-confidence, self-esteem. I know those are two different things. So I think we lack both of them. So I feel like self-esteem is how you value yourself, or how you view others' value, I believe, and then confidence is how you value yourself. And so I feel like we lack both of them, and you know, it sucks. And I want to uplift my sisters, and I want them to feel uplifted, and I want them to uplift themselves and others as well. So I don't know. That's my takeaway. Just continue doing the work that we. Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, Myra, real quick. You know how we talked about the whole exclamation mark thing?
Oh, about Black women exclamation marks in emails? Yeah.
Can you say it again? So, because I think that's a great point of even how I'm kind of talking about how like we lack sometimes this self.
Yeah. You know, there's research. I thought I shared it on the last pod, didn't I? Or no?
No, I think it was just me and you.
Oh, so basically I was listening to I don't know, some people listen to Getting Grown by Jade and Kia. They're like close friends with people who do the Friend Zone, so they're kind of popular for that. But on my bad, it was not them. It was another podcast I was listening to, whatever. So basically research shows that Black women tend to use exclamation marks more than anybody else, and that's just because they feel the need to almost like prove themselves and show that like they're interested. So in the research study, it was just counting how many times a Black woman used exclamation marks, and it was like overboard. It was like they used it in areas that could have just been periods. So yeah, you find yourself doing that or something?
What'd you say?
You find yourself doing that or something?
Oh yeah, I've been doing that. I remember we had this conversation, and like
I myself stop doing it.
I've stopped doing it now because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna put an exclamation mark. Why do I got to put an exclamation mark? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna put a period. I'm gonna keep this open-ended freaking sentence. You're gonna figure it out. Like, yeah. I don't know if that's good, but I mean, it did make me think like, why do I put so many exclamation points on stuff? Like,
right.
But anyways, I know, you wasn't at Black Women's Healing Circle, but do you feel like rested going into this new year?
Yeah. So I slept through the whole New Year's Eve thing. I decided I did not want to go out because I was kind of like, for what? Like, what is I don't know. I've been questioning like a lot of things. Like, I want to be more intentful with the things that I do. And so usually when I go out, it's just because like I feel like I want to go out because everybody else is going out. And I don't want to do things because everybody else is doing them. And so for New Year's Eve, I was like, everybody's going out. I don't want to go out. That's not what Myra wants to do. That would just be doing it just because everybody else is doing it. And so I slept in and it felt good to wake up, see that it was 2020, and okay, my day went on. It was like nothing, because I feel like I usually like look for the thrill of New Year's and I never get the thrill. Like I do the countdown, I scream, but then I'll be like, what the fuck am I screaming for? Like, yes, a new year, but for me, a new year is a new birthday. So I just be like, okay, like why are we screaming? Whatever. Like it's not a big deal to me. And so I think that because I did that, I did go into this new year well rested. I feel ready to, start these new whatever, even though I'm starting new stuff every day. But I feel like, oh, new year. I do believe in that thing like new year, new goals. I am into that. So I do feel rested. I do feel good. What about you?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. The New Year, when I was still in Louisville for the New Year, but I flew back in on New Year's Day.
Oh, you crazy girl.
When I got back, it did. For this last few days, I have been complaining just like little stuff, like car problem, like adult, like regular adult kind of surviving stuff has just been happening. Yeah, I got a ticket. This little stuff just keep happening. But I told myself, yep, no more complaining. No more complaining. It's okay. It's all right. So yeah, it didn't start off all fresh and rejuvenated. I did go to a boot camp yesterday, though. Shout out to Carla. Ooh, I don't want to butcher your name.
Like a fitness boot camp?
What'd you say?
A fitness boot camp?
Yeah. So she's a Black woman in LA area, Inglewood. So she had like a boot camp at this park in Inglewood yesterday, and it was dope. It felt good. She had really good energy. Um, and it's actually a lot of good like specials going on with different people. Also, my friend Chris, he's a personal trainer. He's doing a special right now for like a 30-day
The
challenge.
podcast party going to him now.
What'd you say?
You have some people from the podcast party going to him now.
See, shout out to us with the connects. But it's a lot of good stuff out here right now for like especially like the physical fitness stuff or whatever y'all want to get into. So I might join a little challenge or something.
Same. So what are some of your goals for the new year? All right, do you believe in New Year goals, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, I just think that we should be making goals all year long anyways. So I mean, a new year is a good way to kind of jumpstart it, but I'm trying to knock out goals all year. I create them as I go and try to knock them out. So the only thing that I noticed last year till the end of the year, I was drinking alcohol a lot more than I usually have. I've never been like a big drinker, kind of drinking every blue moon, but toward the end of the year, I was drinking like every weekend, especially like going out. And I don't drink by myself. I never do. And I don't drink when I'm like sad or mad or nothing like that, because I have a lot of thoughts on like the connections to it, but my own personal stuff. And so, but I was still nevertheless drinking alcohol a lot more. So one, I noticed that I'm gaining weight, not only because of alcohol, but I also eat whatever I want to. And I also have not been working out. I haven't been dancing, doing anything. And but two, alcohol most definitely is what's the word? It's a lot of calories. What I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
a lot of calories.
Yeah, so I'm going to chill out on the drinking. I don't know like my exact thing, but for sure it's not gonna be every weekend. So
that's your only goal to chill out on drinking?
What'd you say?
Oh no, go ahead.
What you gonna say?
I thought you said my only goal is to chill out on drinking. I was like, that's your only goal? That don't sound like you.
No, chill out on the drinking, and then also I want to stop. I want to be more positive about my complaints. I don't know. Okay, so nothing's wrong with, I don't even want to call it complaining. Nothing's wrong with identifying problems that are happening in your life. Nothing's wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But it becomes a problem when you become consumed with it. And you start getting this problem saturated thought process, and then everything that happens, your shoe becomes untied, and you like, oh my goodness, my shoe's untied, everything's going wrong. And I do not want to get into that, and sometimes I have a tendency to get into that. So I want to practice being mindful of other things that are happening and changing kind of my cognitive distortions, as we would call them. And to travel and do Black Women's Healing Circle all over the U.S.
Yes. So traveling, Black Women's Healing Circle, health overall. That's your goals?
Yeah. I want to be more intentional in my relationships. I want more male friends, but not even like romantically, but just in general. Like, I've had male friends before, like where I'm from. In Louisville, I have male friends, but for some reason out here, I haven't been able to get like strong connections with males where, without it being like, romantically. So I want to get more male friendships.
Why is that important?
I just think that I like to be around different types of energies, and I think that it's nice to have this balance of masculine energy and feminine energy, as we have talked about. Although it's all in us, I like to have the balance. And it's certain things I don't want to like put everybody in gender roles, but just like if I'm having car issues, it would be nice to have like a male to call who most most likely maybe knows about it. They might not, don't get me wrong, because I can do a lot with cars. I know how to, change a tire and do a lot too. But not just stuff like that. Just being able to have a different perspective. And I have a lot of female friends and associates, which I love and I'm super happy about. But I just want to be able to, have different types of relationships.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I have, so one of my fears is always like, I'm gonna get into a relationship and the guys, I'm like, you have too many guy friends, because I always try to have a 50-50, and I definitely see the benefits of having both guys and girlfriends.
Why come?
Because you hear a different perspective. Like, I'm quicker. So two of my best friends, they're guys. They both identify as straight males. We have no attraction to each other. It's always just been like family, basically, because we're so tight. But the perspective that they give me is more like, I don't want to say analytical, because as women, naturally, we're just emotion based. But I feel like I'm quicker to go to my male friends with issues, because I feel like they'll give me more. I'm more of a solution person. Like, when we talk about stuff, I don't want to hear, oh, this, oh, that. I want to hear a solution. Like, I want to talk things through. And that's what my male friends tend to give me. So that's why I'm like, I always got to keep a few in my corner, because I know my female friends, how they're going to respond. I just like, oh my God. Like, sometimes I just want to call Kevin or Moses. And I do. Those are my close guy friends. So yeah.
Yeah. The struggle over here with those. But yeah, so those are some of my things. I probably have a whole list of things. I'll do I'll sit down and do something to really
I'm gonna do a vision board. I was gonna say, you lying.
No, I probably am. I'm up here, I probably will. Last year I did one at my house. I'll do one too. I'll do something here probably in the next, either this month or early February. Because I do like to put stuff down on paper, and I really do feel like it helps. So I am going to. So what about you? What are your goals?
Why you say it like that?
Because I don't want to call them resolutions.
Oh.
Your goals. Yeah.
Okay, my number one goal is to read at least 2 books a month. I was saying 2 books a week, but now I'm thinking about it, that ain't realistic. So so I'm gonna do this 2 books a month. Actually, in my job, they made us write down our values. So you have to pick your top 3 values, and based off your values, you have to make goals based around them. And I was like, oh, I've never done this before. And then if you don't like live by your values all the time, you have to make goals centered around them to help you live by your values. I was like, this is good. Okay. And the goals had to be things that had no like set like limit. So for example, how I'm saying 2 books a month, instead of saying that, it would be like to read more in the new year. And instead of saying like, oh, I'll call one family member a week, it was like, I'll be more intentional about speaking with family members. I was like, this is good. So I'll just share my goals from that. So I'm going to still say the 2 books a month, because I need to read my books. I have a lot of them. Read 2 books a month and spend more time being unproductive, because literally my friend was just over here and she was like about to ask me, when do I not do stuff? And in the moment she was going to say it, I was like, yeah, I got to comb out my weave hair before I wash it real quick. And she was like, damn, girl. Like, do you not do anything? So yeah, I want to spend more time being unproductive. I also want to get in the gym in the morning, because I've been going at night, which I'm like, I don't like going at night. I like going in the morning because I feel like you have a better day. And I want to do one new thing a month. So I kind of made it a list in the back of my planner. So I want to get into pottery. Well, I want to try pottery. I want to try a kickboxing. I'm gonna do all these things probably one time. I want to go to a kickboxing class. I don't remember what else I have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not one of those people that makes a long list of goals, because I'm not going to complete them all. So I try to keep it short and simple.
That's so good, though. Those are really great goals.
I'm trying, girl. I'm trying.
That's dope. Okay. Shoot. I don't know. I feel like that at this moment, this is our 15th episode.
Yeah.
This is our 15th episode, which is huge. Shout out to us, y'all. Shout out to y'all for listening. It's a whole new year. We encourage y'all to, if you believe in the resolution thing, do your thing. If you believe in just continuing to create goals and continuing to try to do better, we encourage y'all to do that. We will be with y'all. We're here.
Wait, so how do you actually reach goals though? Like, what's your? Because
Okay.
we can just tell them our goals and just be like, all right, good luck with your goals.
Okay, teacher, professor. So I believe in like the whole SMART goals thing, the whole specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and I think the last one is timeable or whatever. So they're SMART. It's what it calls SMART goals. I believe in that. So anytime I create a goal, I think of, all right, is this realistic? It is nice to be specific, but I do kind of like how your job told you to kind of just like not say it's going to be 2 books, but I want to read more, because then at the same time, it doesn't make you feel like you failed just because you read, instead of 2 books a week, you read still more than you did. So I keep track of my stuff. I have a calendar. I use my phone. So something I've been trying to do every day, on my phone, I create like a little to-do list.
Oh, nice.
And that's really been helping me, because when I was in college, I really operated off using like passion planners and the whole, planners. But now my phone has actually helped me a lot more. I guess for the traveling piece, we got a travel buddy now, aka Myra. um, so yeah, I mean, it helps a lot when you have somebody who travels and who knows and who's keeping you accountable. Like, let's get these tickets.
Right.
So that's going to help me, and that's already helping me. As far as the alcohol thing, I feel that I just have to, like, I don't need alcohol to have fun just because everybody's drinking. I don't need to. So my plan is to, if I'm going out, I'm just gonna get like a water, or I'm gonna get some cranberry juice. You know what I'm saying? I like, ginger ale. So if I want to just have a drink in my hand while I go out or whatever, then I'll just get, something that's not alcohol. It's not that big of a deal. The whole male friend thing, I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I mean, I can technically just, I don't know. That was weird, y'all. I don't know. Mara, you got any suggestions? How am I supposed to find male friends?
I
Like
think
platonic?
time.
Huh?
It'll just come. Like, that's not something you gotta search for. It'll just come.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, they don't. Do you understand? I've been out here for, like, as an adult, it's really hard to find like platonic male friendships.
Okay, well, you in LA. You're in LA, so let me open up your eyes. It's hard to date people and it's hard to have male friends. So, like I said, it's gonna have to come to you because you live in LA.
Basically, y'all, I'll be working on that goal next year too. Well, that goal is be for the next few years. I wouldn't really say that's like top of my list though. I'm just throwing out stuff, so I'm not really pressed for that one. Yeah. But I guess if it happens, it happens. What else goal did I have? All in like that's it. I think. I don't know.
I think that was it.
Yeah. So, just if I need an accountability partner for certain stuff, that's something I'm going to utilize this year too. Like, people who can be my accountability partner, because it's needed. It be needed.
Yep.
All right. What's your thing? How do you keep track of your goals, and how do you do your thing?
I usually have so I'm funny with like my vision boards. Like, it'll have, I don't do the collage thing. Like, I'll put pictures, but I don't do the collage thing. I write like the stuff on the board, which some people think is weird, but I'm not about to sit here and be clipping no shit for no magazine all damn day. Like, people think that's fun. I don't think it's fun. Let's just get to the point. So I usually write down my goals on the board. and I usually have it right where I brush my teeth, so it reminds me. And I do use the passion planner, so I usually like have everything pretty much planned out, but mainly just writing it on the board. Because for a minute I wasn't using a passion planner, so being able just to like look at it helps me out. I try to make myself my own accountability partner because I just think like the person who's really gonna get me to where I want to be and knows where I really want to be is myself.
That's true.
My friends do kind of push me, but yeah, I try to just remind myself with that, having that there when I brush my teeth.
So it's like when you brush your teeth, it's on the wall?
Yeah. It's literally like the way my room is set up. I have an area outside of so my bathroom is a toilet and a shower. But when you come out, it's another room where it's a sink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's on the wall right there. I need to take it down though because it's old. I accomplished everything on it. So I need to get a new one.
That's a good place to put it, though.
And then once I achieve something, I check it off.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I have usually when I do it, girl, mine's are in my closet right now.
So what's
For
the point of that? You can't see it.
I know. I had it. I had the one I did in 2018 frame, so it was out. But the one I did last year, once I moved, I just put it in my closet and then never put it up.
Yeah,
So,
mine. Because then it won't get done. I mean, literally,
girl, some of that
right
stuff
here.
still got good.
Here.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, you see, I don't do the whole collage thing. I mean, I have pictures of like words that relate to me and pictures of places I want to go, but that's it.
Yeah, I remember my friend Liz, y'all. She did this one vision board last year at my little party, whatever, where she had words and pictures. Like I can't explain it, but it was like structured, really dope. Uh, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, everybody has their own little like recipe of how they like to do it. Some people get really into it and they like the artsy craftsy stuff, and that's just not my thing. So I just pass on that part.
Yeah.
So you got a book for us this week?
What'd you say?
You got a book to share for us?
Yeah. So, it's a book that has been sitting on my bookshelf. I've been wanting to read it. It's The Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing by Dr. Joy DeGruy. And, it's been sitting because I knew this book was going to be so traumatic. And I've been not wanting to even deal with it, to be honest. So I read this book during the break. I still got a little bit left, but really, Dr. Joy DeGruy, she just kind of breaks down how Black people, through our history of being enslaved, like have a traumatic slave syndrome that she's pretty much coined. And how she describes it, I'm just gonna read it for y'all. She describes it as post-traumatic slave syndrome is a condition that exists when a population has experienced multi-generational trauma resulting from centuries of slavery and continues to experience oppression and institutionalized racism today. Whew. And kind of how it's, I guess, diagnosed or whatever you want to call it is by using um, these acronyms M plus A, which is kind of M plus A equals P. So M stands for multi-generational trauma together with continued oppression. So what that would mean is like kind of how in our everyday life as Black people, we struggle with, certain jobs being discriminated by our hair and, police brutality and, being kidnapped and nobody talking about it, incarceration. And then she talks about the A stands for absence of opportunity to access the benefits available in the society. So what that means is, so they talk about, the world talks about all these opportunities, all these benefits that's created, but how are we gaining access to them? And I always talk about that because it's like all these programs. But one, how are people supposed to know about the programs? But two, how are people supposed to even gain access to them if they're not their mental health, their basis has not been helped. So how am I going to take advantage of a program when I'm suffering from this continued depression? I can't even get there if I can't get my mental health right to be able to take advantage of a program. Mm-hmm. So these things lead to post-traumatic slave syndrome. So I haven't got to the end yet, so I don't know yet what her what her solutions are. I know she has them in here. Maybe I'll share that next time. But this book is it's deep, y'all. Obviously, we gotta continue talking about that we're still oppressed as Black people. I don't think that I think it's a healthy balance. So people be like, oh, it happened, 400 years ago, all those things. But it's like, no, it's things that still have happened. It's the after effect. Mm-hmm. And it's not just going away. And so I feel like right now it's like a balance of still living in this this white supremacist, whatever you want to call it, country, but also understanding that there have been some changes. It has been, but it's stuff still is happening that we have to acknowledge. So yeah, so I encourage y'all to read it.
Wow. Okay. That was deep. All right. So what I'm going to share, and I feel like I got the name wrong. I'm saying it's called Good Girls, but I look think it's called Bad Girls. It's a show on Netflix, and let me check the name because I don't want to be telling y'all that it's called Good Girls and the shit's really called Bad Girls. It's called Good Girls. Okay, I was right. So basically the show Good Girls is season 2 now, but it's basically about like the things that people end up having to do for money and how they could get like caught up in stuff when they do that. And so it's 3 friends and they basically end up scamming and robbing people and then robbing like their local grocery store. And the main person that they're scamming ends up like being involved in like some mafia like stuff. And so they end up getting like caught up. It's like funny, but it's not funny at the same time. You gotta watch it, but you'll be glued. Like the show is so freaking good. Had nothing to do with our podcast today, but
Good Girls or Bad Girls?
It's called Good Girls.
Oh yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yes, you watch it?
I watched the first season, so they just uploaded. I sound so
just uploaded the season.
They just uploaded the second season. Yeah, I want to watch it.
It's good. You be glued, or at least I'll be glued. It's good.
I'm gonna have to go get into it.
But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Shout out to y'all for supporting us. We're almost at episode 16. That's pretty big. Y'all really been rocking with us. I see that Black Boy Joy is one of our most streamed episodes, and our episode about body image. So we see y'all definitely like when it's just us too. So we'll give y'all some more episodes with just us of random topics that we come up with because we don't usually plan these out. But we'll also continue to have some special guests on throughout the year. And we'll also be sharing more information about our upcoming events since y'all seem to like those too. And yeah, again, shout out to y'all for the support. And 2020 will bring a lot of great things. Peace and blessings.